y'all, and welcome back to another episode of Catch That. I am naturally Elise, and that is my brother.
JR.
And we are the R&B representatives. And today we are super excited to bring back our brother, our ace, our homie, our cousin, our uncle sometime. Just all around good ass dude at that. So, without further ado, it is the good brother, Keith Burroughs. What up?
Hey, look here. This is the fifth album episode that I can remember. It's your boy Cut Keith with the R&B representatives. Watch out now. Yes, indeed. Naturally Elise and JR. Yes.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Hey.
Back in the place to be.
I'm
Back
so
like we
glad to
never
be
left.
here with y'all. Man, I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
Excellent.
Good.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's just a pleasure to be back here, and I'm excited to talk about this album with y'all, and just to be back home. Just to be back home or home again. Shout out to New Edition.
Oh, come on. Come on.
Oh yeah, it feels so good. Yes,
Right back where we started from. You know it.
Look now,
I hate y'all.
that's the way we live it.
Yeah. Yeah, but the rub is he don't hate us. That's the rub. But
If it isn't love, right?
Hey, what you
I
gonna do?
JR on something. If I can't beat him, I'm gonna join him.
Right.
Hey,
Right.
it's what
I
we
respect
do.
it.
It's
I
what we
respect it.
do. Yeah.
Yes.
Uh,
So,
yes.
Junior,
Yes.
how about you tell the folks what album that Could and Keith picked for us to talk about and why you think it is important that we discuss it?
So, y'all, we will be discussing Luther Vandross, The Night I Fell in Love. I am hyped about this because this is actually my favorite Luther album. And y'all, we have done the first three albums from Luther. We did Never Too Much Will to Wave. We did For Forever, For Always, For Love with Keith. We did Busybody with Craig Seymour. We even did I Wonder with Mika off the Any Love album.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
the R&B raps is some Luther lovers over here. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? Like,
For
for
sure.
real, for real. But I just feel like the night I fell in love, Luther had the Jerry curl shining. He
Mm.
came with the vocals and the Jerry curl juice ready to go. You hear me? And like you can see,
Tripping.
look on that album cover. Look how he's sitting, y'all.
Yeah,
He
look.
is sitting and he put all that curl free in it before he got on this video shoot. And he is sitting like, I know I'm the shit. I'm 4 albums in. I am the shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trimmed mustache and everything, just with
Listen,
the slight pose.
with the, what?
Yeah,
With the
man.
Luther, and then you know Luther was making good money. Look at the watch.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like he's
See?
sporting the nice sport coat. Like even the tie is no more. It ain't even a clip on, y'all. It's no clip on tie. He actually did this tie himself. Let me tell you, Luther was listen. And then
Yeah.
look at the back. I'm telling you,
Mm-hmm.
yo, Luther. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna stop.
That picture looked like he was looking for his phone charger or something. Like something fell on the ground. Like, oh, did something drop real quick?
Right. Okay. No, because he wanted us to see the other side of that shine of that Jerry curl juice. I'm
Yeah.
telling you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Man, 4 albums in, that Jerry curl was dripping.
Listen, because he could afford it enough of it. Hear me?
Mm-hmm.
But so he left us with "Make Me a Believer" as the final single from Busybody, which is another favorite of mine.
One of my favorites.
I love "Make Me a Believer." It's
Yeah.
top five song of mine from Luther. And so then after that, he comes out with the first single, which is "Till My Baby Comes Home" as the first single. What do you guys think of the single?
Ladies first, Miss Elise.
They passing the buck because they don't really like the song, but I do like the song.
Why she just had to put us out there like that? Like
No,
you see,
hey, now.
And play stupid games with stupid prizes. But I love this song, but I get it why y'all might not like it because it is cheesy. And I be about 50, I be half and half on cheesy songs. Like I'm either like throw it away, put it in the garbage, I hate it, burn in dumpster fire.
Mhm.
Or I'd be like, I know it's cheesy, but I love it. It's fun. And you know what this song reminds me of? Um, of how me and you, JR, react to it. This song to you is probably what Mariah Carey's Shake It Off is to me.
Yes. Yep.
How
She
you
hates right.
love it, but you know it's cheesy, but you love it.
Yes.
I love it because I like boop 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 baby. Boop, boop, boop.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's actually the part I do like.
Yeah. So how you
Right.
feel? How you feel about Shake It Off is how I feel about this
Right.
song.
Right.
I mean,
It is goofy though. It is goofy. I ain't gonna front.
no, I agree with you 100%, Elise. And I feel that since we're on the subject of Till My Baby Comes Home, being that it is what opens the album,
Mhm.
you know, I would say this album is a no skip album for me. But if there were to be a song that I were to skip, it would
Mhm.
probably be Till My Baby Comes Home. I would just have
Mhm.
to be in a certain mood for it. But I do like, even though it's cheesy, it does have that, just like feel good type of vibe to it. And with Billy Preston playing the organ, it gives me like what if it was a gospel song, right? Led by, say, Kirk Franklin. I could just see Kirk Franklin, just in his Kirk mode, just talking
Mhm.
to like, it's gonna be a magnifying moment here. All right now. And then, because the beat, the rhythm just got like that gospel bit, and then just make you want to like sway, clap your hands like doom, 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 doom. And then you could just hear him be like, "Oh Father, please forgive my sins because I've been in trouble. I'll come to you because I need some help and I'm praying till my Jesus comes home."
But Jesus.
Yeah, sing it. Come on, Father. Jesus.
Jesus,
Yes.
Jesus, yes,
Y'all ain't never heard gospel so radical like this before.
yeah. And see, I know this is gonna be this episode. I knew it. But for me, I was like, it gives you the familiar sound of what he left off with Busybody, which I like. And
Right.
I'm like, again, I like something that's very familiar. So it was like cool. And then, like you said, Billy Preston was on, he's giving you that
The
gospel.
organ.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He gives you that. So it's like, okay. And then you got Ezekiel Barfield is actually doing the bass. Marcus Miller didn't do the bass on this. Marcus
Oh.
Miller did the bass. He did the synthesizers on this.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So I'm loving. Look, it's just extra cheesy, like Elise said. It's just extra cheesy, and I feel like it's the precursor to Stop to Love. To me,
I I
You don't
feel that.
like that
I
song?
feel that.
exactly.
I do.
But you do.
Yeah.
That's why you explained it perfectly in the beginning. That's why I was like, she knows because it's like how I feel about Stop the Love. I feel the same way about this. You know what I mean? But the backgrounds is look, Luther, when it comes to backgrounds, he's A1 with it. Like, even if you don't even like the song, I mean, come on, he got Darlene Love on it. Come
Mhm.
on now. You know what I mean? He got Brenda White King on it. I think Sissy's on this. You know what I mean? He got the royalty on this. So the
Right.
background is dope. Luther no baby. Like I love that.
Yeah. And
It's
then
near the end.
it's like, it's like he in a bathtub or something like,
Yeah.
just like just going off, yo. I gotta say though, I do have confusion when listening to this song,
Okay.
specifically in the second verse. And
Okay.
I could be wrong, but when I was listening to it, I'm like, okay. Because the first verse, it seems like, he's kind of, talking this shit a little bit, you know what I'm saying? How like the girls is coming after him, knowing that his lady is away, where she went. I don't know if it was a business trip or a long trip to the grocery store or, to do a pickup order from Target or Amazon. I don't know. They never said, right? So he's like, okay, they can come at me if they want to. I ain't mad. It's cool. I'm going to still be here waiting for my baby to come home, right? So get through that. And then the second verse, I'm just like, okay, the little scratch around the side of the neck that you do when you're trying to like figure out something. That's what makes me feel about this second verse where he's like, I get weak in the knees, hands start to shaking, head gets to aching. You ain't got Excedrin near you, bro. I'm just saying, you should take care of that. I'm just putting that out there. Then he's like, is she thinking of me or feeling the fire with some other guy? We know he ain't talking about Teddy Pendergrass and Stephanie Mills, okay? We know he ain't talking about that.
No,
okay?
he didn't.
I'm just saying. And then, he's like, I can't believe I can be worried about her. I shouldn't doubt her.
Doubt her. Yeah.
So, okay. But then the very next part, he says, because our thing is for real. And I don't worry. Because I know. So which one is it?
But you just worried for a verse and a half. You was worried as shit.
No, he wasn't. To me, it was like, okay, the girls was coming after him in the first verse, and he's like, oh, I'm cool, I'm chilling, I ain't worried about you. He's like, I'm just waiting for my baby to come home. Then he talking about, he's like, he starts to doubt himself or like second guess himself, like, is she thinking of me? Or feeling the fire with some other guy? Like, it could be cold out there, so she might be near a fireplace for all I know. I don't know.
That's real though. Because what happens, you love your person, you have it might be a split second. You be like, you pull yourself back in reality. It don't happen every time, but every now and then, especially in the early stages, you be,
does it now? Oh, does it? Oh.
You don't know. And like, no, everybody has.
But everybody has
a little
that.
bit of insecurity, and if you don't, you're a liar, and that's another issue.
Right.
Which is true, but I'm just like, he goes from, I can't believe I can be worried about her. I shouldn't doubt her. And then the very next lines, he's like, because I think it's real, and I don't worry. It's like, bruh, like, what did she do to you to have you like confused like that? You know what I'm saying? Like, either you worried or you ain't.
Both, because human.
Right.
Yeah.
Now I will say, yes. And shout out to Jeffrey Osborne, because Only Human, that's one of my favorite songs too, by the way. That's
Come on.
And that's a whole different thing.
So let me tell you something interesting. So this song was co-written with Marcus Miller. And tell me what this have of comment. Also, The Night I Fell in Love is co-written by Marcus Miller, and It's Over Now. And all those songs sound like those are triplets. They're a little different, they got, they have a little bit different personality, but they all look alike and their voices sound the same. Okay, that's all.
Agreed.
Look, girl, you didn't hit the nail. See, that's why I love this show. Because you get gems like this.
And for those 3 songs, he also did the synthesizers, backing vocals, and the arrangements, the rhythm and synthesizer arrangements. And he played, he played bass pretty much on the rest of the album except for this song.
Right.
He plays bass on every song after this one.
Because look, let me tell you, the musicians on this album deserves to get plenty of shine because they helped to make this album that much more full with the production and the strings and the bass. And shout out to Yogi Horton on the drums.
Yes. Come on, yes.
Speaking of the drums, Elise, because I know you appreciate the drums. I think the drums are definitely throughout this album.
Because I'm a tropical people from the continent, blackity black.
That's right.
I need percussion.
Absolutely. I will
I'm
say though,
trying to keep the faith over here, y'all. Like for real with y'all. I'm
man,
really trying with y'all.
to anybody that watches this episode, if y'all get a chance to check out the Keep the Faith episode with rnbreps and Ed Bowser, I'm telling you, y'all are in for a daggone treat. I was
And not a
dying.
disco nap neither.
Shout out to the disco nap. Look here. I was like, I wanted to take a nap after that just to see what the feeling was.
You know, you want to test it out for yourself. You know, I get it.
But oh man, I will say though that yeah, this is a good opener for the album. This album to me, like after revisiting it to prepare for this episode, it to me shows a variation of emotions, and to me it feels like Luther is having a tug of war with love, like being in love or not being in love and trying to find it, and insecurity and vulnerability, and and also low key in some ways, talking his stuff. You know what I mean? Like Till My Baby Comes Home, or more mid to up tempo songs. But let me tell you, the ballads on this joint here, especially the original ones, because we know there's two covers that he Lutherfied to make his own. Lutherfied to make his own. Yeah. But yeah, I just was like, man, I don't know how much is true, what he was going through when recording this album, or what's not true. But yeah, I just felt like listening to him, I'm like, man, especially with his first 4 albums, I felt like he was dealing with these emotions. But this particular one, I feel like would be a story that you could see in a, say, movie, or even a TV movie.
I can agree. I think too, adding to that, I think that with this 4th album, I felt like Luther finally felt comfortable with his sound at this time. It was like, all right, I done went through the first 3. You know what I'm saying? The first one, he was like, look, this is me. Y'all, here I am. This is boom. Then he gets, to forever, forever, for always, for love. And it was like, okay, I'm still figuring it out. You know what I mean? I'm still figuring it out, but I still want to be me. You know what I mean? Then you get to Busybody. And again, I think Luther's still experimenting. He's still trying to like find his way in, but we still got like Make Me a Believer, which I think was great that this album ended on as far as single wise. You know what I mean? Because that Make Me a Believer is really the sound of Luther. Really, that's his sound. So when you get to this, it was like, oh yeah, Luther comfortable on there, and that's why he's sitting like this, because he's very comfortable on it artistically and all of that, and this album to me is like, this is Luther. You know what I'm saying? We really learning Luther as him and the artist, and he balanced both. You know what I mean? Because sometimes people don't really know how to balance artistic and personal, and it kind of goes wrong. And I think with this album, he did it. And like you said, you can feel the emotion on this. You can feel, Luther going through something. You know what I'm saying? It's like, he's giving us a story that he fell in love, but it didn't go the way it should have went. You know what I mean? Like, that's where we at. So, you know what I mean? So, yes, I agree that. Just added on,
No, I feel that. And like, even with the third verse, him talking about how, he's asleep dreaming of his lady, and then he wakes up and sees her, and how like she's such a lady, and he goes back to sleep dreaming. And it's like, so did she come home, or are you still dreaming? Like what are we doing? And I'm gonna say this here too. I realized that throughout this album, Luther was sleeping a lot. And he sleeps a lot on this album. And I mean, I'm glad he woke up to record this album, but let me tell you, my brother was sleeping and
let
dreaming.
That man have his disco nap. Leave that man alone.
he took like at least 2 disco power naps or something because my man was sleeping throughout this album, yo. Oh, shoot.
Oh, but he had to get up because he was creeping.
Look. See, but not before talking about the night he fell in love.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't woke because he creeping in the dream. So no, he still asleep.
Still
Night
asleep.
time.
Right. And we had to talk. I can't wait till we talk about that. Oh God! But right, Keith, he got it. Well, he was crying for the baby to come home, but now the night he fell in love, he must have fell in love when they got home. For real.
Because he was like, in fact, hold on, I didn't drop my damn notes. Hold on a second, I'm still here. Hold on, yo. Here we go. All right, here we go. I had to write notes for this because this right here was just something else. Like, one thing about Luther is when he does like the talking intros.
Oh yes.
Like how he sounds so like just so sophisticated.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he's giving his own narration to what's about to happen. So, because he was like, I keep going over and over it again in my mind. I get these flashbacks and it feels so good. It's like he probably was like swiping his shoulders when he said, I can just feel it. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, and he was like, man, this night it actually happened just like this. So I'm like, oh, I'm ready to, tune in to see what he's talking about. So he speaks on, he's like, how the stars were shining brighter than most of the time. Is like, okay, I mean, I know stars just shine. I don't know at what level of capacity usually, but I see if a star is shining, that means it's shining. That's just me. Hey, my bad. You know what I'm saying? Then he's like, then love came out of nowhere. Okay. Love came out of nowhere after the stars were shining. And then he speaks talking about how no thrill will ever be like the night I fell in love. Right? And he's all like, I just remember, but he tenderly remembered. You know what that must mean? To tenderly remember something? I mean, am I tripping? I'm just saying, like, to remember something. But like, like to tenderly, like, that'd be like me saying, like, the first time I went to like Chick-fil-A or something to get, a combo. Like, I could just remember, I could be like, ooh, I tenderly remember walking into that establishment and ordering that chicken tender chicken tenderly remember. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. My man said, I tenderly remember. Lord have mercy. And then he gonna say how it surely was the best thing he ever did that night.
Well,
why he didn't? Oh, go ahead, my bad.
But what's interesting is, because everything's interesting to me, I always say that. That's interesting.
No,
is so I adore this song. I love it. But a lot of times I forget about this song. And like, even I was playing the record, I was like, oh yeah, that song does exist. They played it on the radio. I was like, oh yeah, I like this song. Mm-hmm. And also, this album is one of them albums to where the album that Freddie Jackson had at the time, Luther could have sang that whole album and it would have sounded right. And Freddie could have sang this whole album and it would have sounded right. Yeah. And actually, these two albums that are out, they do sound a little similar.
Well,
especially tracks 1, 2, and 5.
Well,
1, 2, and 5. Look, see, and may I add that I this time didn't bring up the whole Freddie and Luther comparison.
You have to.
It's no choice. Yeah.
And they was neck and neck. I mean, like, when I say neck and neck, putting out a lot of music at this in 85 at the same time.
This is
so you Freddie, have to.
You got to, because this is Freddie's debut and this is Luther's new album. So you got both of them. And
I agree.
Because because Rock Me Tonight Luther could have did.
Yeah.
And the night I fell in love, Freddie could have did. Like,
yeah, Freddie, I could really hear Freddie doing Over Now. It's over now.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
Yeah.
in fact, every time I listen to that song, I be like, I would love to see how Freddie would attack it. It would have just been, but I
Right.
could hear him, you know?
Right. Or
Yeah.
like
I,
sing a song of love. I could hear Luther singing that from
Yep.
yep.
Freddie's album.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Oh,
on this song, it's like Luther had so much swag on this.
oh yeah, he was talking.
He had so much swag. That's why I said the picture he took on this album cover made perfect sense.
Mhm.
Perfect sense. Because his swag is on 1,000. Because it's like
Mhm.
you said, how he came in with the intro. It's like Luther, like, I know I'm the shit. Like,
Yeah.
I know I'm the shit. Like, that's just what it is. Luther talking in the beginning of the record,
Hmm.
and then
Yeah.
it just comes in. The beat just comes in, and it's just like,
Yeah.
psh,
That beat is hard too.
oh my
That
God.
beat is
And
dope.
freaking Marcus on this bass,
Yeah. Oh, shout
and
out to
that
Marcus
on
Miller,
the
man.
and that on the damn keys.
Yes. Yep. Nat Adderley. He's I don't want to say secret weapon, but he kind of is to me
Yeah.
because I mean he and Luther were pretty much like, you know, teaming up for shoot, probably what, every album, I want to say. It's especially the first four
5,
or
6.
5 or 6, yeah. At least through Any Love. I want
Yeah.
to say probably even after that too, but
Uh-huh.
yeah, but no, like where Till My Baby Comes Home is kind of borderline confusing, but he's still kind of talking his shit.
Lucifies it. Yeah.
The Night I Fell in Love is like him just kind of going back to memory lane. I don't know how far back that is, but it's enough to where it's making him remember about the night that he fell in love and, you know, doing what he did, which he didn't get into specifics, but I think I have an idea.
What's the idea?
I mean, for him to say it surely was the best thing that ever happened that night, okay, he might be just talking about the idea of falling in love.
Uh-huh.
I feel like there was activity going on that made him say that.
Well,
To make them curls drip. Drip. I tell you. Drip, drip. Follow the drip, follow the drip.
And just FYI, Adderley, he was there all the way through Power Love.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Not after though, but he was on Power Love, yeah. And that was the last time.
Because
I guess.
the sound that they created together, I just feel like it just, I can't really describe it in exact words, but like you can tell when they would work together because it just has like a lush with the production. And I know we'll get more to it as we get towards the end of the album, but for me, like just some of the production just stands out to where like the strings is just like just beautiful sounding, you know what I mean? And Luther, I felt always had an ear, a good ear for that. And like with the musicians he worked with, like they just knew how to just be in sync. And yeah, I feel like this album really showcases that.
You know the beginning where the beginning of I think God, what is the song with Gregory Hines?
Oh, There's Nothing Better Than
There's
Love.
nothing better than
Yes,
love.
Better Than Love, right? And y'all know the video in the beginning when they're rehearsing. It's Nate, it's Marcus, and it's Luther. You can tell the chemistry right there. Like you just see Nate just playing and Luther like, no, go back to that key.
Right.
And it's like you can tell they like rehearsing and just the magic of those three. You know what I mean? And I think it's really underrated, to be honest, because I just love that and just see the magic of them three. So,
and I'm gonna correct you. It's Nat Adderley.
Nat Adderley.
Nat
Okay.
Adderley.
Yeah. Nat Adderley. Gotcha.
For sure.
But the night.
And then, you know, he's like talking about how, again, he's talking this stuff. He's like, I've known so many people, been to most parts of the world, and seen some things that have blown my mind. But ain't nothing like what happened on the night I fell in love. I'm like, ooh, Luther.
And this was funny. This wasn't a single, but I definitely heard it on the radio.
Yeah.
Oh definitely. Yeah, me too.
Definitely
yeah. I definitely heard this.
But it wasn't
or something. Yeah.
But it was not a single. It was not a single.
It could have been for real.
I mean, they tried to make it one
Yeah.
But see,
I remember. Now I say I forget about that song, but I still remember it more than "It's Over Now," and that was a single. So
right.
It's over now. Sorry.
you know,
But can
I
you,
love that one too. But I really forget about that song.
Mm-hmm.
But I
Mm-hmm.
love it.
but real quick too, though, he does pretty much kind of end the song with the, how the third verse, he's like, I thought I could be happy without any love in the world. And now I know that is so untrue. You know what I'm saying? So it's like him, like beforehand, like feeling maybe insecure or, doubtful that, okay, maybe love isn't there, at least at that time. But I feel
Yeah.
like throughout the album, that's the tug of war that he
Mm-hmm.
is fighting with. And I'm just like, man, I feel for him. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know him personally. Rest in peace to Luther. But like through the album, though, it brings you into his world.
It
And I'm
does.
like,
It does. Because
so,
then it's like you said, it's kind of a story because it's like the night I fell in love, and like you said, it's a tug of war, right? Because
mm,
then now we go into only for one night. He's
mm,
like, damn, it's like he fell in love, but he's like, shit, if I could only have one night, like it's like,
mm-hmm. Right.
damn, you know what I mean? So the tug of war is, oh, you're right. Didn't think about it like that though at all.
It's crazy. And man, I tell you, Luther to me is the king of covers.
Don't let him take your song because it's no longer yours. Just
No,
ask
It ain't.
Dion.
It
because
ain't. Ask Dion. Ask Brenda. Ask
Ask Stevie. Ask
Stevie.
yeah. Ask
Ask all them. Ask all them niggas.
all them niggas. He
Aretha.
did a whole album with nothing but covers. Like,
Yeah. It's like at
Mhm.
some point you knew he had to.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah. It's
Well,
just.
yeah, yeah.
yeah. But
But he Luthified if only for one night. He he made it to where it was sensual, to where it was sexy. Whereas Brenda's version, and I think Brenda is absolutely talented, great songwriter, great artist. She's got some dope joints. But listening to hers and then hearing Luther's, I'm like, it's almost kind of night and day. Where Brenda Russell's, to me, her version I could hear in, say, the background of like a movie that's maybe about a love story, but it's kind of like, I don't want to say not believable, but it's almost a little faster to where what she's talking about is like, to me, I feel like it would be more of the tempo that Luther chose for If Only for a Night, where his version I could probably hear like in the background of like, I don't know, say like Love Jones or a movie like that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know about you guys, but when I did listen to Brenda's version, especially towards the end, like the vamp, I want to say, or
Mhm.
just like towards the end of the song, musically, it reminds me of uh, Somewhat Loved from Jam and Lewis, the song they did with Mariah on the Volume 1 album.
I'm thinking about it.
Uh,
I can't think of it. Nothing. So
because how'd it go? Breaking my heart, breaking my heart.
what's the
Wait,
name of the song?
Somewhat Loved,
Somewhere.
which is I'd say for Mariah, that's probably my favorite Mariah song.
Wow.
Yeah, I think Jam and
Yeah.
Lewis is
Okay. I know it. I just had to hear the very beginning of it. Yeah, that does sound
Good
like,
one, Keith. Good
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, good one. I I knew for me when I heard this because I knew Brenda's version already.
mhm.
So I
yeah.
knew it, and I was like, "No, Luther is not doing it for one night." That's what I was like. I know he's not doing that, and I want to shout out Elise because that was actually my first vinyl when I went vinyl digging with her, and I
Oh,
kind of stole it from her. But when I saw Brenda Russell's album, because I love Thick of It, and
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah.
when I saw it, and Elise was in her section. And I was
Mm.
like, oh, let me get that. She was
No,
like, really?
no
Yeah.
etiquette. No, no. I know his mama, so he do have home training. She did tell him the right stuff to do. Now,
She,
whether he wanted to do the right thing, hey, that's out her hands. She did her job.
I couldn't believe it because
What up,
I
Ma?
saw it. I've been
What up, Mr. Vegan?
I know that's right.
yeah, because he was like, because I saw it and I wanted it, and I just grabbed it. So I was like, oh gosh. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
It
I'm
was
Oh
so
very
man.
sorry.
abrasive.
It was very abrasive. Yes,
It was,
it
it
was.
be your own
Yeah,
people. It really do.
it do.
I
Yeah,
ain't even do nothing
I
to
had
that
to
boy.
apologize to her. She was like, "I'm gonna
But
let
did
you
he give
have
me
it, but you could just
but did he give me the record back? I was gonna let him keep it.
no."
I was just trying to see what he was gonna do. And he
Oh.
failed miserably. Miserably.
Ooh.
I still don't have no Brenda Russell album. You would
It
think
Oh,
he'd
sound
go try to find me one to replace it, but like I said, his mama taught him right, but he went his own way.
it
got
sound like you
two people right now in my mind that gonna hear you say that, and you're gonna end up with a vinyl at your house.
It's called
Two people when they
manifesting.
watch this show. Two people.
It's called
That is
manifesting, Junior.
TNN.
Get into it. Manifesting.
Oh, come
mm,
on. Come on.
mm.
I ain't mad at you anyway.
It sound like you still in the thick of it, my friend.
That part. So I love Luther's Virgin for real. And
Mhm.
it's just like he Lutherfied it, and it was
Yeah.
just so lush. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? It was so
Oh.
lush. Like, it was like, Luther, like, and I love Brenda Russell's version, but I
Yeah.
don't think about her version anymore.
Right.
I
Right.
just don't. I don't. So when he did it, it was just like, I'm just in a daze. I'm just like,
Yeah.
my God. So then I was just happy too, because Janet actually, I get to talk about her. Uh, I guess that she did it for her record, do it to me on 20YO. But I
Mm.
guess the best things in life for free. Catch. Um
Oh.
but
Right.
anyway,
That was a
this
triple
song,
entendre.
come on.
I like it. I like it.
So I think this song, the way Luther finessed it, and we said Luther has a sound, this gave me the feeling of promise me and make me a believer. Like, put
Yeah.
those two together, and it's like the Luther sound, and this song just does it to me. And those two songs, like Promise Me, Make Me Believe, it just takes me somewhere. And what he
Mm-hmm.
did with this, and he got to the bridge, and then the girls come in, and then Jesus, them strings.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes. Yes. Yeah. And it just stops. And then it's like he just says, just with that soulful, like airy voice, he's like, let me take you home to keep you safe and warm. There you go, talking about feeling the fire, but now he's wanting to say, you can feel the fire with me, like he's talking about till my baby comes home. You know what I'm saying? To the break of dawn. Uh, 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 oh, man, yeah.
let me
Yeah.
keep you near.
Just the
Yeah.
way the song comes in, that little intro and when that little see, you can have a ballad with a drum where that little bass go boom, boom, boom. Like you like, oh, this finna be crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
see, your ballads, you can have this is a soft, very, very, very slow song, but it got drums in
yeah. The
it
drums.
at the beginning. You get
Yes.
dum, dum, dum.
Mm, so much
Yes.
so that later
Mr.
on.
DeCosta was all up and through this doing what needed to be
Listen,
done.
Mm,
and was.
so much so that
And they
later
ain't
on.
turned down either.
At all. No, it's
He gave
not.
he gave you a bass drum boom boom in the first 10 seconds. What?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, tropical.
I mean, so much so that later on, Bow Wow and Omarion use it for "Let Me Hold You."
Who?
Don't do
Yeah,
that.
I said it. I said I know.
Who?
I know. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I said it. Mm-hmm.
No, I like the song. I don't know who sung it though, but I like the song.
I don't even like it, but I kind of appreciated it though. because it put the song in the consciousness of a different generation. So
Yeah, with
I
a better
give it
vocal.
that.
Ooh,
Oh,
Don't do that. I
oh,
mean, you could do it, but
yeah.
no, it gave the song another life
yeah, it did. It did.
And
for the
then
youngins
I was
of
like,
the
dang, what?
youngins at that time. Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
like, how is it that his version of "If Only for One Night" can still have that bounce to it, especially on the part that you have mentioned, Jr. When they're like the background singers are like, it's like that body on.
And it keeps
Yes.
going up. It gets more intense. Like that's the
Yeah.
part. If it was a church song, that would be where everybody's getting wound up like
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just standing up real slow, like
Like y'all said, like Kurt, like a
yeah.
Kurt and the
Kurt.
Family type of record. Like
Yes.
when he
Yep.
would produce something and you get in there, you like, okay, we
that's
all
it's that
right now.
swell.
Like
Yeah.
we about to
Yep.
go there.
Yeah.
Oh
It's
yeah.
that swell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then it like slows down, and then it's just like, whew. Let me take a breather. And then it kind of like almost builds up again, but just enough to where it's like, okay, we reached the end. And then the transition from "If Only for One Night" to "Creeping." Look,
But you know what I love?
look,
I
look.
gotta say this. I love it, even though it's freaking a mess and it's completely out of control. But when Patty and Luther does it, and they in them red outfits back in '85,
Ooh,
it is a mess, but I'm here for it. Like Elise was talking about the swelling, right? And
oh yeah,
Luther knows the and Luther knows the placement
yeah,
of putting that into. I think Patty wanted it to swell the whole performance.
oh yeah,
And Luther is the one that can bring Patty in with the things that he does. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? You know, Patty be just trying to follow Luther when he woo, woo. And I'm like, Patty, let Luther have it. That's Luther, the girl. And then he'll go to this loud note, like he'll go all the way there. And, you know, Patty would just be like, ah, she'll just run away from him. Because Luther be like, now, didn't I told you to leave me alone, Patty?
I told you that.
I
I done
told you
told
to
you that.
leave me alone. Let me
Mm-hmm.
have this. And he can always pull her in. But I love the performance. If y'all go out and check out that episode,
Yeah.
it's in '85 and they wearing the red sequins and Patty hair is all and
Mm.
her and Luther is sweating for dear life. Like they just played 14 games of basketball and they are sweating, but they are giving. And I
Yeah.
love it. I'm here for that. It's in my favorites on YouTube. When I need a laugh, and even though they sing it in the beginning, and it's like Patty is trying to follow Luther, and she just like a baby. Like she's following Luther, and it's so funny.
It
But
is
I'm here
hilarious.
for the mess because, like Elise said, what's the LSG record all the times?
Look at
And
Oh,
all
like
the
Elise
time.
said,
I
that
was
record
rolling.
is a mess.
I was
Chaos.
rolling when you were talking about
It's
that.
just
Oh man.
chaos,
That's a
but you like
chaotic.
it.
No, I love it.
And just like Elise loved that, I love that performance because it's so chaotic. It's so
Yeah.
chaotic. And you can look at Luther like, Patty, come on.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
so yes,
She
I love that.
she
So I had to talk about that. I love that performance with them.
she went from Patty LaBelle to Patty LaSwell.
But
Yep.
If only you knew
right.
how much I do.
I do.
But
You do.
can we say the pettiness of Luther? Like how you go from one cover to the next
Because he does.
and do it back to back. That's why we knew Luther had to give us an album full of covers.
Yeah, because this is the only album that I can think of where he does, well, more than one cover, but back to back.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I'm trying to think of any love because he does love Don't Let Me Wait, but I don't think
And
it's a cover after that.
oh shoot, yeah, you're right.
I don't think it's a
Because
cover after that. I think this is the album. That's why I said Luther was comfortable on this record. Like he was showing his ass. Like how the hell you go from If Only for One Night to Creeping?
right, but it worked though somehow. for him to do that with these two songs because of how he Luthified these songs. Because Creeping with Stevie, which I love, shout out to the homie Desmond, who's a gigantic Stevie fan. That's my bro. I know we talked about Creeping before, and like to me, Stevie's version has more of a eerie feel to it, and it still has like a you know, it has a bounce to it. It has a mystiqueness about it. Whereas with Luther, he made it to where it's more, again, more like sexy, even though he's talking about, you know, whether or not this person's creeping in his dreams and if he's creeping in her dreams. But it's like, it worked though. To go from If Only for a Night to Creeping. That's why I said he sleeps a lot on this album. Now he ain't talking about creeping in her dreams. I'm just saying.
But yeah, he made, you know, he made it so R&B of the time that the Stevie, to where it made his seem like it was about cheating, even though it's not. But the way he sings it, and it's so 85 R&B,
Quiet Storm-ish.
Quiet Storm. Thank you. That it's so Quiet Stormish that you think it's about cheating, and it's not at all.
No.
But when I hear it, I think about cheating. I'm like, when I talk about somebody else cheating, I'm like, they creep, even though that has nothing to do with it, but it sounds like it.
And I love how Luther, you know, gives the background singers a chance. Because he's like, sing it for me 4 times. Creep, 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 creep. I'm like, who does that? We're talking about creeping in someone's dreams. Like the background singer is just going to be on call. Like, here we go.
He like,
right, here we go.
He like James. Yeah, he like James Brown on that song. Hit me 4 times. Creep, 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 10 times. Creep, 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 creep.
And like,
and then because I mean that's where Luther comes from. He comes from the background, so that's why his backgrounds are so exquisite for real. You know what I mean? It's like, whew, like Luther. I think that's what Luther is like. If you listen to my shit, y'all gonna make sure these backgrounds is on point. And the girls, he got everybody on it. Everybody's on this. You know what I mean? And what I love about this is that Luther know that the backgrounds are doing it because he laughs. He laughs at the part when they come. When they did it twice, he was like, creep, creep, and he laughs. Like he like, damn, y'all just did that shit. Like I can't even hold, and he left it in. So I could imagine that was his real reaction to the girls doing that. And he laughed and he was like, oh, y'all want to do this? Well, then give it to me 4 times. You know what I'm saying? Like, since y'all
I love live performances of it. It's so fun.
Yeah. But like,
I mean, Luther performances just are fun, period. Like, and a lot of Luther songs are songs that other singers who wouldn't have the arranging chops or the people arranging with them, to where someone else trying to do it, it could be boring. He's taking some boring songs and he's taking songs that were boring and covered them and made them hits. Because some of them covers are boring songs in their original form.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I mean, you didn't lie.
But like you said, like John said, he Lutherizes them or Luthicizes them.
Luthified.
And bring, put some life in them dry, dead bones. It's like, hey,
It's almost like he break dances when he's doing like them creep, 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 creep. You know what I'm saying? Just like pop, lock, and drop it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, sing it for me one time. Creep, 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 creep. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And he's like, every time I close my eyes, she creeps.
That's what he loved. Like he loved that. He like, and obviously everybody's on it. It's like background royalty. So he knows he's just giving them, he say, y'all, I want it like this, and da 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 da. And they probably just do their own thing. And I think that's why it caught him by surprise. Like,
Right.
oh
Right.
shit.
Yeah.
I didn't ask for that, but okay. All right.
Yeah.
I love you when you can tell that when you're just having fun and recording and you leave it in. You know what I mean? He left it in. He was like,
I like that.
like, you know what I'm saying? That little laugh, and then Marcus Miller on that motherfucking bass.
Man, look.
Album, look here. He killed it on this album.
Listen.
Man, this might as well be his album just as much as it is Luther's.
Yes.
I mean,
that's why that joint had to say produced by Luther and Marcus Miller at the bottom. Like, you couldn't help it. Like, oh, that man, the music this man did on this, man, and it's just, the bass is so thick. It's just so,
yeah. That's what stands out to me too when listening to it. I think it's great. I think it's great. I think we talked about this on the Forever for Always episode, where how Bad Boy Having a Party on the version that's on the Best of Luther, the Best of Love, how there's more background vocals added. I noticed that for Creepin' is the same thing.
Oh, really? I never even paid attention.
Not a whole lot, but I think the part where, you know, he's like, when I sleep at night, baby. And then you can hear like the background vocalist chime in and say something.
And I got both. I'm gonna listen to it later tonight. Okay. Okay.
But I think, it's just on Creepin', and I want to say Bad Boy Having a Party, maybe one or two others on the Best of that. It seems like maybe they re-recorded just some more background vocals, maybe just to make it new.
Wow. Wow. Oh man. Creeping, yes. And then we did it, the Stevie's version with Kamani and BT. We did first finale from Stevie. And Elise said the same thing. That's why, hello, she's always consistent. Catch it. Her opinion never changes.
Yes.
Hello.
That's right. Shout out to
And when it do change, I acknowledge it. Because sometimes it don't happen often, but every now and then JR will change my mind about a song.
Same thing over here.
Like once or twice a year, he'll change my mind about a song. Like, I mean, completely change it. And then I'll be like, and I'll say that. I used to didn't like this song. Yeah. But JR helped me see the light. Yeah.
And she did that a couple of times with me with songs. I'll be like, nah. And I'll be like, Elise, you right. I like this shit. Because she was like, it's a song you supposed to like. She like, JR, this is a song you supposed to like. She still can't get me with Stop the Love. But still. But
can't win them all, man. Can't win them
all. But yeah, like that's why I was like, I had to say that because we talked about it, and Elise said the same thing when she was we was talking about Creeping on C, because obviously we had to talk about it because Luther covered it. You know what I mean? So you had to, you couldn't leave that out. So I was just like, Elise says the same thing. You know what I mean?
Well, so shout out to Monty.
And this is another song that was not a single.
No, and I heard this on the radio.
A lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they used to play. Yeah.
They
played that.
Yeah.
And they used to play it even during the day too.
Yeah, all the time. They played the damn album.
That's why it had to sell the way it did.
Yeah, I think they definitely played. They definitely played if only for one night. Creeping, Wait for Love. They played those three, and then they played those a lot, and then they did play A Night I Fell in Love. And that wasn't a single, and they played that. So
oh yeah, and that's all just if you got the vinyl, that's side A, y'all. Them 4 joints is side A.
Yeah.
Then you go over and you flip your vinyl over, and you get to It's Over Now.
Over now. That's
and drums in the first 10 seconds, like Elise said. There's drums. Shout out to Yogi. There's drums. In the
I
first
love
19 seconds, you're getting boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
yeah. I love this song.
Yeah. But he's sleeping on this one too.
Yes, he is.
He
Wake
talking
up!
about his ESP and
It's
how
like,
it's like,
damn, Luther, wake up, nigga. Like,
hey, he said see, this is another one where he's like talking his shit. Because he's like,
Yeah.
look, he recognized, okay, you know what? You didn't fooled me too many times now. You need to get up and get going. It's over now. Like this whole love affair that we've been dealing with, you got to go. You got to go.
with
Yeah.
Marcus playing on this reminded me of I've been working on Never Too Much.
Yeah.
The way he's playing the bass on this, I was like, Marcus just in it. And it's so funky. That's what it is. It's just
that stank
thank you,
face.
Elise, to give you
Yeah.
that stink face, yo. Like it's just ooh, you like, damn, this joint is funky. You know
It's
what I
like,
mean? And
I bet his
Here
thumb
they go.
was like mad way back to
yes, like it's like
yeah. Oh,
it's just
yeah.
so funky, man. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that's why Luther is one of the and it's bringing me back to the documentary. And I'm not gonna give people nothing away because people haven't seen it, but
Mhm.
Luther was a funky dude. You know what I mean? Like he,
Mhm.
as much as we loved him for his ballads and all that, it still had to be musical and funky for him. You know what I mean? And I think that's why him and Marcus Miller was just so connected as producers, and the chemistry was there because Marcus Miller is funky. He comes from funk, period. And
Mhm.
he knew, and finally him and come on to do what he did on the song Never Too Much, period. That's
Right.
funky right there. Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah.
dun. Like it's like that. And that's the way it's like you feel like Luther's writing a song
Right.
just like
Right.
that. So him and Marcus are able to just flow like that. And even with an up tempo like this, you know what I mean? It's just because if the video version is sped up a little faster than the
Mm-hmm.
album version. Because
Okay.
I was listening when I was watching it before we did the episode, I watched the video and I was like, this is a little faster than normal. I was like, maybe it's me. You know what I mean? So I went and played it on my new vinyl, my new vinyl player. And
Yeah.
shout out to Tim. Hey, bro, thanks. And I went and played it and I was like, oh yeah, the video version is a little faster than
Right.
this.
Right.
Even though I like both. I think I like the song. You know what I mean? A Luther up tempo that I can rock with.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the up tempo joints on this album definitely stands out. And like you said, we all know him and love him for his ballads, but don't get it twisted. He's got some dope up tempo joints besides Never Too Much.
And
You know what I
besides
mean?
Power of Love.
Well, yeah. I mean, there may be some exceptions, but
Don't do that.
like for me, You're the Sweetest One from Forever for Always for Love. While that wasn't a single, that's one of my personal favorite up tempo joints.
You know what It's Over Now remind me of? That's why y'all lost my attention for a minute, because I couldn't think of what song I was trying to think of.
What?
It reminds me of I Really Didn't Mean It. Sonically.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
And that's one of
Yeah.
my that is my second favorite Luther up tempo. I love that song.
That's a
I
Didn't know
dope
that.
love
one.
that song. I
That's a
really
dope
Because I
one.
kept
didn't
saying,
mean
what
it.
song am I hearing? Because you hear the boop, 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 the
Yep.
little fifth drums. Oh,
And then you got them sissy on the backgrounds with them, and
really? Oh, I was,
Yeah.
that's why I got quiet. I was like, I've
Hey,
got,
man.
it was going to bother me till I figured out what song it was.
Yeah.
yes,
Like,
I
No.
love. I really didn't mean it. I
It's
love
a
um,
that.
dope one.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
Side note, speaking of Marcus Miller, his song Much Too Much is an underrated jam. And people would know the sample from Can't Knock the Hustle.
Hi, Mary. Hey, girl.
Yeah, but
I got to
hey,
talk
but
about
like
Janet and Mary.
for,
Come on,
for
somebody.
Marcus,
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? As a musician, he was also an artist too. And that's
yes.
one of them jams that's,
Mm-hmm.
I think underrated. But yeah, Marcus, Marcus, darling. Like he just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
uh shines on this album, you know what I'm saying?
that's funny.
Yes.
Marcus.
Funny to me.
But yeah, it's over
Boy.
now. Like, yeah, it's just one of those ones where Luther is just talking and he's like, okay. But see, that's what I'm saying. Like throughout this album, like we've already gone through, well, if you have the vinyl, side A, the first 4 songs is like a mixture of emotion. So then you get to side B with It's Over Now. It's like, okay, he ain't taking no ish. You know what I'm saying? He's ready to just move on and do what he got to do. But
We
then,
thought.
yeah, so we thought. But then we go into, which is one of my top favorite Luther songs out of his whole catalog, Wait for Love. And I was fortunate to have my first mini episode on Catch That Minis with the R&B representatives talking about this song. And look, my feelings have not changed. If anything, they've grown since then about this song. Like Wait for Love is just one of those vulnerable songs where he is just pouring his heart out and it makes you feel like that's relatable. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt that way. You know what I mean? Like just
Mm-hmm.
waiting for love and, just wondering if I'll get that chance to have that. Well, my case again, and I have now, hey, Emily, we's married now too. You know what I'm saying? We about 5 months in married. So, we good. We good. But
I was wondering, I was like, how he gonna put it in here?
oh, I know.
You had to wait.
I had to wait. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's why I love this show. That's why I love this show. But no, it's a beautiful song. Like just from the production to how the lyrics, his vocal performance, and I'm sure I said this on the mini episode, but I'll say it again. Like, yeah, he just he he makes this such a beautiful song. Such a beautiful song.
My favorite Luther song, I said that on the episode when we did it with you. This song is just you feel Luther on this. And like I said from the documentary, you're gonna learn why this song and Any Love is Luther and it's very dear to him. You know what I mean? It's very dear. Like, it's just like you wait for that love. Like he said, give me the love that I've been missing. Sometimes love takes a long time.
Yeah.
Just wait for love. You're gonna get the chance to love. Wait for love. Oh my, like it's just
Ooh. And then just that little portion where it's just the music before he goes back into singing the chorus again. Oh man, the little bridge is just yeah, it takes you to a place.
It does, and you could tell with this, he studied Aretha down with this. Luther is another like Stevie. They love female voices. They love it. And you could tell he studied Dion. He studied Aretha. He studied Roberta Flack. He studied, you know what I'm saying? Like Patty. Like he studied their backgrounds and all that. And it's just the little nuances that he do. Like, so it's like at like, what is it? Like 3 minutes or like 49 seconds. Luther does this, woo! And that's so Aretha. So Aretha. And I'll be like, God. And one thing about Aretha, she'll take your cover and do something with it too. She's another one that will grab your song and you won't own it no more. Just ask Otis Redding. Respect ain't even his no more. But you know what I'm saying? So it's like, and then it's just my favorite part of this song is when and you feel the love that you want to wait for, and it's at 4:19, and he just ooh, yeah, like that. I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh, Luther, I feel yes. I
Yeah.
feel that. You wait for that. You yearn for that. You like,
Mm-hmm.
it's a yearning. And it's just
Yes.
like it's and it's like Luther, I'm here with you. Like he brings you into this record, and that's why it's like my favorite. You know what I mean? And then to have the girls like royalty, I call them background royalty. Lisa Fisher, Sissy Houston, Brenda's on there. Paulette
King,
is on there. All of them girls.
Brenda
Mm-hmm.
King, and
Yeah,
that her
yes.
name?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yes. She on it. You know what I'm saying? All of them is in on it. And they're just following him. They're following Luther. And Marcus is doing the same thing on bass. He's just following Luther. He's like, I'm gonna follow you. Go ahead. Whatever you do, I'm gonna follow behind you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just so good. And that's why it will remain my favorite Luther song. I just love it. I love it when he does it live. He did it
Yeah.
live in 87. Yeah, was it 87? Yes, on the Give Me the Reason tour. And he did that
Mm-hmm.
at Wembley. And Luther lost the weight. You couldn't
Yeah.
tell him nothing,
Right.
sequence and all, and sung it down. You know
Yeah,
what
man.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
man.
I love it live. I look, they can play the live version, doesn't matter to me. Like it's just this song is just everything. Everything.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah.
Yes.
It it's funny as we're talking about this, and maybe I'm thinking too deep of it, but how with Forever for Always for Love, the album, right? How that album has 8 songs, and like how it starts off with two more like up tempo joints, then it kind of slows down with the next 2 songs. Then you go to Better Love, which is kind of more up tempo. Then you have Promise Me. I feel like the sequence of the Night I Fell in Love album is kind of like that, where you start off with Till My Baby Comes Home, Night I Fell in Love, more on the up tempo side. If Only for One Night, Creeping, more slower. Then it kind of jumps up to It's Over Now, and then you get to Wait for Love, and it's like Wait for Love is what Promise Me is on Forever for Always for Love
I
in the
agree.
sequence of that. You know what I mean?
I agree.
And it's man, Wait for Love. Damn, that's a beautiful song, man.
This is beautiful,
I love that
man.
song. Love that song. And just how he starts off just saying, "No one loved the way I do." Just the tone of how he says that. You know what I mean?
Right. It's just how he comes in. Like, it's just like, I know for certain that it's true.
Yeah.
Like,
There's a chance.
it's for me and you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm surely glad that the time is near. Picture of my mind is very clear. I know love has brought us here. And he's like, I
I
remember not
remember
too long ago. Oh, if I had something to throw, I'd throw it, damn it.
with the lonely
Oh,
heart.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was hoping there could one day be a
Be a
chance.
chance
Oh, yeah.
Me to get the
to
love.
love that's
See, and then the
been
little body roll.
missing. Sometimes love takes
Takes
a
a
long
long time.
time.
Yeah. Oh,
You are
yeah.
going to get your chance to
Dance for
love.
love, wait for love, wait for love.
Oh,
Yes, y'all.
yes. Come on. Ah.
Somebody shook through my bones, boy.
Man, look,
Okay.
feeling the chills already, man. And then, of course, he does the little Luther note towards the end where he's like, yeah, yeah. Oh, and then all you hear at the end is the background saying, wait for love. And then it just ends.
Yeah.
And it goes into My Sensitivity. Oh, yeah.
I like My Sensitivity. It's so breezy, and you needed something because Wait for Love is so intense and very emotional and very deliberate that you needed this light tracks. It's pretty much just him and the bass, and
Yeah.
there's a couple other little things going on, but not a lot. And it's just a breezy, or I like to say airy kind of quality to it, and so it's just a nice little sway. I think it's a perfect song to follow up that song.
It's well said, Elise. I have nothing to say because you're absolutely. That's what I wanted to say. It was
Yeah.
perfect. Just a
That's
perfect song to follow because Wait for Love was so intense.
Yeah.
So intense.
Yeah.
It
You
like,
need a palate cleanser. You know, it's like
yes, you
this song is
did.
like the
yes.
sorbet. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
It's not
Yeah.
the, it's not the start of the meal, but you need it to digest the whole meal.
Yes, because
Right.
you didn't need another ballad after that. You
No.
couldn't, because that would have messed up whatever. Because the track listed on this album, perfect,
Mhm.
perfect.
I agree.
Yeah.
And
I
if
wouldn't
it would
change the
have
order
been
at
like,
all.
if he would have messed around, because some people love to also put a fast song at the end. He could have put, what is it, Outside of This World before this, and went to My Sensitivity. It would have just been wrong. It'd have been like, no, we don't need, after Wait for Love, you gonna say Outside of the World? Like, no, we
Mhm.
don't need that, Luther. So it was so smart that he put My Sensitivity, and it just got a nice little snap to it. You know what I mean? Just a
Yeah.
nice little My
Yeah.
Sensitivity.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. And I can't help but love you. But to me, okay, again, Luther somehow just was able to do this effortlessly, I think.
Yes,
Like, to me, My Sensitivity is one of those songs where he's, again, being vulnerable and also speaking on what I think is being insecure
I agree.
or feeling like, okay, it doesn't take much for him to say, I love you. Because at this point, it's like, okay, he's been waiting for love and he's, been just looking for it. And then it's like just the slightest touch will just make him be like, oh, you got me. You know what I'm saying? To
Mm-hmm.
where his sensitivity gets in the way. But it's got such a groove to it where it's like you grooving and you're like, oh shoot, like you all right, Luther? But I'm still grooving. You know what I mean?
And
Yes,
but you
this is
see how
amazing.
he starts the side though. He's like talking his shit like it's over now. Like I'm done. All right,
Yeah, yeah,
fuck that. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
then he gets really into his Luther. Like, damn, I was waiting for love too. I thought this was us. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And then it's like my sensitivity, like his vulnerability is showing so much on
Mhm.
this side. You know what I mean? Because obviously, the begin, like you said, Keith, in the beginning, it's like a movie, yo. But Luther tried to come on this side like, you ain't shit, man. I'm hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, all
Yeah,
right, I like fuck that. You know what I'm saying? It's over now. Like, all right, and knowing damn well you ain't over it. You know what I
right,
mean? You
right.
trying to be, but you know you
Yeah.
ain't over it. And then you
Mhm.
go, damn, no, it feels the way I do. Like now you're thinking about
Yeah.
it. And
Yeah.
and now you done got deep, and now you're in your feelings and all this and that. Of course, at this point, you are very sensitive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it makes sense to
Yeah. And every time I see the title, the name of that song, I think about you, JR, because that's my little sensitive thug. Like
yes,
he's
yes.
hard, but
Yeah.
he's
Come
soft
on.
I'm
too,
very.
a
Come
whole
on.
person. Imagine that. And like, and so I think about that song when I see the title, I think about you.
Yes,
Um,
this
yeah.
song and then Sensitivity by Ralph. So
Hey,
those
shout out to Jam Little
Yeah.
Smooth.
right. You know what
You
I'm
know
saying?
what
Like
I'm
it's
saying?
just that song, and I love it. And then Sensitivity, again, well, at least know me. Wait, if she knows me for real. So
Yeah.
she knows those songs, and it relates to me because I am very sensitive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But don't play with me. But I'm
Yeah.
very sensitive.
Right.
I know where
No.
all the bodies are buried.
Oh, you
I
sure
know. I
do,
got a
ma'am.
map.
That's why I told her she stuck with me for life because she know where bodies are buried. That we done threw them in the ocean, locked the key, and
Just toss them up
We,
out.
yeah, we ain't for the play at all.
right.
Right. No, but I feel that, and you know what? I totally agree. And I was thinking this too as we've been talking about this album, like how one thing I love about this show is that I love how with Elise has a perspective as a writer and as a poet. She's digging deep when it comes
Ooh.
to the lyrical side of
Mm-hmm.
things
Yes,
when it
Lord.
comes to an album or a particular song. And with you, JR, I love how you are about the emotion, how you are about the feel, and what it
Yes.
does to you in that sense. And those combined work together. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, yeah,
We
you could
like the
probably
R&B.
have what's that?
We the R&B Captain Planet out this mug.
You know what I'm saying? Voltron up in this joint. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like,
I'm like wind and water and fire. JR's the heart.
Yeah, I was about to do that too.
water. But
He the
yeah.
he the heart of the operation.
Yes.
But
And it's so crazy because when Elise be doing it like someone, and she makes me think when we when she starts talking about lyrics, and sometimes when she be like, y'all know this don't make sense, right? And I'll be like, nah, no. And then you're singing along to it and you're never realizing it until then you saying it. You're not singing it, you're saying it, and they'll be like, damn, Elise, why you got to be a writer though?
Mm. But you know what? But Keith do the same thing. He's very on point with the lyrics. It could just
Yep.
in this episode, he was like, that don't make sense. Like
Yes.
me and Keith have a similar sensibility in that
Y'all
way.
do. Y'all do.
Yeah.
my sensibility.
Yeah.
It really do get in the way. It get in the way of a lot of music for me. My JR sensitivity get in the way. My sensibility get in the way of
That,
liking a
that
lot
part.
of
There it
stuff.
is. There
Because
it
I'm like, this
is.
is nonsensical. I don't get it.
The way it be creeping, man, I'm telling you, sometimes, you know what I'm saying? It make me want to say it's over now.
Oh God.
But no, but like how I feel about you guys when it comes to that, I feel like Luther, especially with these first four albums, like he really tackles, just different emotions. And I know I probably said that a lot of times throughout the episode, but I feel like he does have like a tug of war when it comes to love and how love is very important to him. Like he speaks on that, well, pretty much throughout his whole career. But I just feel like these first four albums are just like pretty much equally in that lane.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But this album, especially for this being this fourth album, and for the time that it came out in, and I know we still got to talk about the last song, but like for this coming out in '85, I could be wrong, but I feel like in '85 you had like the introduction of just different sounds like new wave and just more pop music that's coming out, to where this is still like an essential R&B based album, from the production to the performance of his vocals, and just how the songs are written. Like it's an R&B album, and it still did really well.
And this is why a lot of our artists came from the Quiet Storm. How they had Quiet Storm Radio, and a lot of our artists, R&B artists, blossomed. Luther blossomed on Quiet Storm Radio. Anita blossomed on Quiet Storm Radio. Freddie, they blossomed. You know what I mean? They didn't have to worry about competing with the ones that were on daytime and the up tempo records and all that. They had a lane where they were able to blossom on.
Exactly.
And this album is Quiet Storm down, but it did very well because it had stations that were playing this joint. They were playing Wait for Love. They were playing Creeping. And like Elise said in the episode, Creeping wasn't a single. The Night I Fell in Love wasn't a single, but it was on Quiet Storm Radio.
Yeah.
Because that was the lane of Luther. That's why we got Promise Me, Make Me a Believer. All them joints was on Quiet Storm Radio, and they was able to like go. It was out of here. You know what I mean? So
yeah, because there was a space for it.
Yes.
Whereas now, thankfully there's somewhat of a resurgence, maybe not as what we would like.
Right.
Depends on who you talk to. However, for artists like Luther and Anita and Freddie and everyone you just mentioned, like there was a lane that made sense for them to be able to create this music where, like, I would love to have more of that come out personally as a music fan. You know what I'm saying? That's why I appreciate artists like Kim, Kenny Lattimore, Eric Benet. Like, to me, they're R&B singers who can come up with Quiet Storm-esque type of material. You know what I'm saying? And even Jeff
Eric Roberson is another one.
Eric Roberson, yeah.
Eric Roberson is another one.
Yes. Eric Roberson. Yes, shout out to him, man. Look, I know people give him props, but I feel like he doesn't get the props that he deserves because he is consistent.
What an artist.
And he's got a new Christmas album too, which is pretty dope from what I've heard. And it's mostly, I think, original songs. But yeah, shout out to Eric Roberson, man. Super dope. But yeah, man. So yeah, and then going back to my sensitivity, like, it's a song that I would listen to and like bop to it and groove to. But I just feel like if you listen to what he's talking about, he's speaking on, I believe, being a little insecure and just feeling like his sensitivity gets in the way, and like just to hold someone's hand or just to have that touch, that feel, that will just put him in a place where he's like, okay, you know what, I'm good. That's all I need.
Yeah,
that's all I need. So but
So,
I will tell you this though, Other Side of the World.
Listen.
Before we get into it, is this the first time that the title track wasn't a single on a Luther album? Because everything before, they were all singles. The title track were singles, right?
Yeah, because Busybody, the song, that was a single, wasn't it?
I was gonna say, I wonder if that was or not.
Oh shit, no, it wasn't.
Oh, Busybody wasn't a single?
Never mind.
Well, Forever for Always for Love wasn't, right?
Oh, I thought that was.
I could be wrong. Huh.
No, y'all already got me. That's wrong. No, Forever for Always for Love wasn't no singer neither.
Get the hell out of here.
Never mind. I was think about another artist. I feel like we said it before, but if we said it, we was wrong as fuck.
Wow. I think we were talking about too how, like, up until I want to say the remake album, he had a title track for
after this
each of his albums. I think up until Never Let Me Go or I Know.
But yeah, no, on Forever Always for Love,
because obviously the self-titled album, he didn't have a song called Luther Vandross, but
no, he didn't. It's something I made up in my head. It was a mixed bag.
Yeah. But
I was making up shit, and I have to correct myself.
I thought I was about to be with you because I was about to be like, never too much, forever for always.
We just made them singles. That's
okay. Maybe that's what it is. If you would have came and said Busybody, I'd have been like, yup.
It went platinum in your house.
Hello.
It went double platinum. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
the other side of the world.
I will say, oh man, as a ballad, it is definitely, no pun intended, creeping to being one of my top favorites. It's definitely a favorite on this album, especially being one of the original songs he has. It's like Wait for Love and Other Side of the World, to me, for this album, is like pretty much neck and neck. Like how the feeling that I get when I listen to Wait for Love, I also feel when I listen to Other Side of the World, because it's like he goes from saying like, I've known you for quite some time, but the thought of love never crossed my mind. It seems to be on the other side of the world. And then he like thinks about it more. And then it's like he sees a different whomever he's talking about. And then that's when he's like, you know what? I've been looking for this whole time. And here you were right in front of me. So then it goes from being like where he thought love was on the other side of the world, it ends up being that loneliness now is on the other side of the world. And let me tell you, wherever the other side of the world is, I bet that plane ticket is expensive as hell to try to get to. Because ain't no way it's across the street. It's to the other side of the world.
That shit transatlantic.
I'm just saying, like, who is gonna travel that far?
It's silly.
Who's gonna travel that far? I'm just saying, like, you can't even lift an Uber to the other side of the world. They ain't gonna go that far. I mean, but I love that how he changed it from he thought love was on the other side of the world to now loneliness, because he was able to find love, and pretty much that's how the album ends. So it's like, okay, where do you go from here?
Yeah.
So that's how I look at it.
I think this song prepared us for what we got with So Amazing on Give Me the Reason. This song was a precursor to that. The feeling of this gives you So Amazing. Like every time I hear this, I want to hear So Amazing right after it, because it gives you that feeling, and the way Luther just completely. It's like I say, I just want to sip on a glass of wine and just let Luther take me to another world. On the other side of the world, really.
Side of the world.
For real, like vocally and just the way Luther finesses a record like he does. And I love So Amazing. That, and y'all, I said it on this, I'm not the single guy, but I love So Amazing. I love that as a single. And when I hear this, it gives you that same feeling. Like, it's just like, so for him to end this, it was like, so when you Give Me a Reason, you like, oh, Luther was preparing us what we was going to get for that album. You know what I mean? I like that. I like that he ended that to get us prepared for what we were going to get. So.
I agree.
Well, you know what? It's not even a dig. It's probably my least favorite song on the album, and probably because the first 10 seconds of it, I think it is about to be Wait for Love. It's like Wait for Love reprise or something. Like, it sounds like it, but it's not a dig, because I love this whole album. I like every single song. I ain't said nothing bad about no song.
No,
like not even a small dig. Like, y'all don't need really too much food till my baby come, and I love that. So this is probably my least favorite song because it sounds so close to Wait for Love in what it's trying to do. Yeah. But I do agree with Keith. I do really love the lyrics of it. I do think it's a very well written song. I think Luther sounds great. It's just, comparing them is my least favorite, but I listen to it. I like it. I kind of like he kind of stepping into almost to a jazz bag as the song progresses. And so I like that because I love jazz. So it's my least favorite, but I still think it's a great song. I think it's a very well written song, though.
Oh, yes.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe Luther and Nat Adderley wrote this together. And so, I agree with you, Elise, as far as it's sounding like, at least, in the beginning, as you would say, a reprise or reprise. I don't remember how you say it.
I don't know how to say that word.
I don't either.
I say it different every time.
But that of Wait for Love, you know what I'm saying? And
yes.
Yeah, and again, the tonality of his voice, I feel, is just so important, because you can feel the emotion of what he's singing. Like how he starts off on Wait for Love, he's just, got that tone. Same with Other Side of the World. He's like, I've been on you for quite some time, but the thought of you is on the line. Seems to me on the other side of the world. And he ain't screaming. He's just going with what the music is saying to him.
Yes.
Very smooth.
Oh, yeah, man. And then like how he kind of repeats towards the end, like, ain't it crazy how things can change your mind, or how how pretty much how things can change. And it's just like, man, Yeah, I think this was a dope ending for this album. And I feel
I
like,
agree.
again, if this were a movie, like I could hear the trailer being something like this. There was a man who was sitting around thinking, I'm going to chill here till my baby comes home, who chooses to reflect on the night that he fell in love. But if only for one night, what would he do if he started creeping in her dreams? Then he thought about it and he's like, nope, it's over now. I'm just going to sit back and wait for love.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, what gets in the way is his sensitivity. And that makes him travel from here to the other side of the world.
Peace again.
This is Luther Vandross starring in The Night I Fell in Love.
In theaters near you.
Starring Cat Williams. No, I'm just kidding. Shout out to Cat, man. Shout out to Cat. You know what I'm saying?
It's over. It's over now.
Yeah.
It's over.
Commercial done.
But I feel like it could be like some kind of movie or
you did that shit, Keith. I'm sorry. You did that shit.
Movie, a little short story.
Yeah. It could be like a short story or like just some kind of mini series or something.
Yeah.
But like I feel like that's what's missing too, which I know that's a whole nother conversation, but to me it takes you on a journey. And I don't think he necessarily may have had that in mind. I don't know when making this album, but it feels like from the sequencing to what he's talking about,
right? The
variations, like it takes you on a journey from him waiting till his baby comes home until, up to being on the other side of the world looking for love. So
yeah,
love it.
Yeah.
Well, now we back to my neck of the woods in my world.
Yes.
And I know. Yes. And we have reached. we have reached my favorite part of the show, and it's also Keith Burroughs' favorite part of the show.
Yes.
And a few other people. Because let me tell you who else got excited about Word of Song Association. Matthew Allen. He loves it.
Yes, he does. Yes,
he was like, I was do this. He was like, I love that y'all get excited too, because I do be legit excited.
Yeah.
Especially when I get a year like 1985, baby.
Listen here.
Because this is when we kind of creeped away from that experimental period.
Yes, God.
And all the shit they was throwing against the wall was starting to stick.
Come on.
Because 85 was a fun little R&B year, baby. Mm-hmm. All right.
Yes, indeed.
So, I'm going to give you 5 different songs from the year 1985 that charted at 85. So some of them might be 84, but mostly 85. Okay. So, I'm going to give you 5 songs. First thought, feeling, or memory, or just whatever that pops up. Because we know your brain go places, and that's why we have you here.
Yes, Lord.
Brother. Yes. All right. So we're going to start it off with a song that one of my very, very good girlfriends came to talk about on the show. Mm-hmm. And that was Lisa Cult Jam. I Wonder If I Take You Home.
Maxine.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Maxine. I think it's a dope song. I don't have a distinctive memory of it. I just know Full Force was another collective of the Jerry Curl community.
Yeah. Hey, Bo Magazine. I'm sorry I pushed you out on your show. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I forget. Yeah, yeah. Well,
Hey, but no, it's one of my favorites, excuse me, from Lisa and Cult Jam. Even though I feel like Cult Jam don't get recognized as much as Lisa, but hey, that ain't my control. But shout out to Full Force for making this happen with them. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know, they had distinctive voices too. Um, as far as Full Force, because like you could always
Okay,
tell
I
when
thought you were
they're
about to say.
okay. I thought
Oh,
you were going somewhere else.
yes, full force, absolutely. Yes.
Full force, absolutely. Yes.
yeah, no. Yeah, because you know how they just had a unique sound. You know what I mean? And their production was on point at the time. So
Yeah.
I like. I wonder if I could take you home.
Lisa, and full force. Come on, somebody.
Yeah,
Everybody know on this show that I kind of sort of stand full force, even though I was well, anyway.
no,
But
this was
those are my those are my
pre house
guys
party.
like her body. I love him. I love him so much.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Full Force team. You know what I mean? This pre house party. You know, before Bow-legged Lou, as P was like, yeah, we'll break your legs and kick your fucking ass. But yeah, shout out
That's what
to
the
I wonder
least
if I take
did.
you home. Mm. See, you couldn't ask that now though. I wonder if I take you home. You know how quickly you'll get slapped. Not just the even just wondering, you'll get slapped. It's like, come on now. I ain't talking Wonder Bread.
Oh, damn. Oh,
I wonder if I take you home. But yeah, it's got yeah, that's a joint.
That's so hard.
Yeah,
yes, it
it made me
is.
feel like I could break dance when I know I really can't.
Bow, bow.
So I'll pop lock it, and next thing you know, I got like
Mm,
just muscles really popping in my body, and I'm like, ooh, I should
mm.
have did that. Lord have mercy. I wonder if I should have stayed home.
I ain't gonna take me home. I'm already there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm,
That's just,
yeah. I'm at the crib with a heating pad and a bucket of
look,
ice.
Oh, good Lord. Y'all
yes,
please.
indeed. Come on, talk that talk now.
Yeah,
Woo!
that's anti-inflammatories. Woo!
Yes, indeed. Woo!
I
Boy,
don't I
that's
don't want to feel the fire. I'm anti-inflammatories.
woo, that is a date waiting to happen.
Okay. Shoot. Hey, don't sleep on inside dates. Inside dates are beautiful. I I
Yes,
endorse them.
yes,
I'm
yes.
here for them. I'm
Mm-hmm.
I'm, I'm so anti-outside these days. Inside is where it's at.
Inside, yes, indeed. Come on
Ooh.
now. Somebody better talk it, and that's up to
Ooh.
you. Mm-hmm.
Speak on it. Woo.
Yes, indeed.
Yes. And next,
Oh, Lord.
all right. Next song is oh, it's 85 was that girl. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Because we had the queen of our show, Miss Helen Folusade
Yes.
with and her band, Smooth Operator,
Mm.
Sade.
I mean, it's self-explanatory. She's a smooth operator, and the band
period.
too. You know what I'm saying? But oh, I love me some Sade. Wow. Oh, Lord have mercy. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
We love Miss Adu around here. Around these
Yes.
parts.
Yes, yes. No, smooth
Auntie
operator.
Helen. We rose with her hard.
Yes, yes. Shout out to Deltron, bro.
Yeah, cut nail trying. What's happening?
Good.
Yeah. Now I love Smooth Operator, the song. Would I say it's one of my favorites? Probably not. But I respect it for what it is. I do remember my parents having the 12-inch single to Hang On to Your Love, which I remember the picture. Ooh, Lord, that's a great picture. Shot on that cover. she got it's like just like bam, like right there in your face, you know what I'm saying? And then she got like the red lipstick, you know what I'm saying? And it's like kind of like tilted to the side. It's like, and it says "Hang On to Your Love" by Sade. And I was like, oh Lord, who
Yeah.
is that? I will go to the other side of the world to meet her. Okay. I will be a smooth operator. I will promise a diamond life and be like, I will hang on to your love, girl.
That lady ain't never took a bad picture.
Never.
Oh,
Lips be
If
on
one
point
exists, I ain't seen it.
and give you a perfect red lip.
man, and this right there. Like
Icon,
I can find the picture.
inspiration.
In fact,
Yeah.
She
yeah.
eats.
In fact, I have an all Sade playlist, and I think the picture that I use is this one that's similar to that cover. Because you know it's just good Lord, and so I will hang on to her love at the time, and I'll be a smooth operator, and I will promise a diamond life with a slice of cherry pie. Somebody better recognize.
Hey, we
You
figure
better. You
That's my
better.
that's my promise. What is it a crime that I said that? What? I'm sorry.
it's
It's never as good as the first time. Excuse me.
about to be
Shoot.
wild like Friday night out here.
You
Y'all
know what I'm
better go
saying?
off. Y'all better go
And
off.
look here. Don't have her tell me her real name's Maureen.
Maureen.
That's my jam.
That's the song I put JR on.
Yes.
Yes. Yo,
It's so
that's so,
jazzy.
Yes.
I love that
Love
song a
it.
lot.
so
That's one of my favorites.
side note real quick, like there's been a few songs where like it'll have a song title of like someone's name.
She
Sally,
And,
good for that, Sally.
Jezebel.
and I'm
Yes.
just like, who are they
Oh,
talking about? But like Maureen, and then I remember New Edition had Mary Ann on their second album,
yep.
Full
which I
Force
like.
had Alice.
What's that?
I said Full Force had Alice. It's a song.
See, see,
They did. I like it
they
because it's
did.
almost my name. That's the song.
I mean, hey, I ain't mad at you. I'm sorry, I wouldn't be all cried out
Stephanie
about
Mills
it.
had Jesse.
Yep.
Jesse. Mm-hmm.
G
Mm-hmm.
love that record. What up, G? He love that record.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I do have an appreciation for Smooth Operator. Shout out to the lovely Sade and her band.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
So I got a theme. I think I'm doing all songs that people have talked about on this show.
Oh
Because the
Lord.
next one is The Temptations. Treat her like a lady.
Yes.
Sims
You
came
know,
That
back with that one.
that Shamika, our good sis, checked
Yes.
around. Shamika came and talked about Treat Her Like
yes.
a Lady.
Yep.
Yes. I noticed that song's now kind of had a little bit of a resurgence lately, just
Yeah.
on the trending side, you know, but
Mhm.
for it being a later song that ended up being, you know, I'd say a hit song for them. I dig it. I enjoy it. When I hear it, I'll groove to it. You know, shout out to what's my man's name? That was the lead singer at the time. Is it
Oh,
Ali
Al.
Woodson?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Ali Woodson, but like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he just out the gate. He's like, and he be like, you know, just grooving.
They
Yeah,
were grooving. They were
yeah,
killing that performance at the Apollo. I listen
yeah.
with the green sequence, man. They was giving
Man,
it. But you know,
yeah.
when they got off that stage, or the ointment that they needed,
Mhm. The ointment.
ooh, they probably was
Yes.
like, ooh, they probably had the bags of ice waiting on them.
Oh yeah. I mean, they were the Temptations, so you know I'm sure they had what they needed right there in front of them.
Um,
But hey, uh, from that same album though, I think it's the song called "Running" that I like a lot too, which I think is the first song on the
That's it on the Truly
album,
Yours
"Truly
album.
for
Yeah,
You" album. Yeah.
Truly for You. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know that song. I have to check it out.
I just
Mm-hmm.
remember the album cover where I think it's I want to say it's Ron, where he's doing like the I think he's got like the pose, like how a lot of uh artists was doing in the 80s, where they were like, like sit down with the one leg up. Like Teddy
Yes.
Pendergrass did it, Lionel Richie did it.
Yes.
Yeah, I think Ron did that too. So yeah, but yeah, I'm glad they had a song talking about treating the ladies like a lady, because you should.
I like that.
You should.
I agree.
Damn right. Treat her like a lady.
Like a cigarette if she smokes deep. Treat her like a lady. Oh yeah, they was getting down.
Oh, that you always been looking for. How could anybody ask so much more? More. Look,
y'all are so musically inclined. I don't know.
That's Stone Cold Jam. I don't care nobody say that's my shit.
That is a bop.
My part is at
is
the end though.
A bop.
Where it's like treat her like a. Oh yeah.
They needed that bad.
So yeah, that's one of them songs that where I think I could roller skate when I really couldn't. I just want to like glide across the floor like I would. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey girl, what's happening? Hey, watch out there.
One I can take you home. We go home and take some ibuprofen because we're gonna need
it. Yes, ibuprofen and ointment.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Please believe it. All right, the next song, I believe our good sis Mika came on to talk about this song. And it's from a lovely little duet, little duo by the name of Renee and Angela.
Oh, yes.
And I think they said that they be good. I know I'll be good. And I'm pretty sure that they said that they be good.
Yeah. I agree. And they was good with that song, in my opinion.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's another one that where it's like right at the beginning, you know where it's gonna go, and it's like another skating type joint. Makes you just want to like just slide all across the floor without using a mopping glove.
That's the Body Roll national anthem.
Oh yeah.
I pledge allegiance to the body rolls of the United States.
Oh, indeed. You know, and I appreciate the y'all
with blackity and blackness for all.
Yes.
Yeah, because my mother, I took over his whole word association. Because when I'm good, I'm bad, and when I'm bad, I'm bad. And when I'm at my best, there's no room for error. I'll be good.
Y'all heard
Miss Wimbush, thank you for your service.
Okay.
Shout out to Miss Angela Wimbush.
Yeah.
Angela.
It's like how what's her name said Marcus and Boomerang said, Angela, darling. It's like Marcus, Angela.
It is. And what that old girl name? What that Haley name in the movie Angela?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yep, that's right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Angela. All right, I just said Angela.
Yeah, he sung her name. That's something else. Angela.
Yeah.
Yes. I like Treat You Right from Angela, by the way, too. That's my joke.
Oh my God. Chucky Booker.
Yes.
Jesus. Yes, Lord.
Yeah. Shout out to Chucky.
I wrote that song like it came out last night.
Yes.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, that joint.
What a banger.
Yes, Angela.
I believe that's what they call a Stone Cold Jam. I think that's what
I think
yeah.
Stone Cold.
Yes. Agreed.
Yes.
Agreed.
Yes.
Yes. And we're gonna appropriately end this song because if you talk about Luther, you gotta talk about this guy. I just got to decide which song that I want to talk about.
Ooh, and
Because
that
you
should
got a
tell you
lot of
something right
songs.
there. Because you got two to talk about.
Mm.
How about Mr. Freddie Jackson? Shout out to Rashad, who our resident Freddie Jackson partner in
Mhm.
crime.
Yes.
But how about, yeah, You Are My Lady. Let's do You Are My Lady.
Okay.
Mm.
Mr. Freddie Jackson.
Freddie Jackson. Well, shout out to Barry Eastman for
Yes.
producing and writing
You gave
such a
us
beautiful.
everything we need and more.
Monroe.
Come on,
Yeah,
y'all.
yes. But for
Because you
one,
had to wait for love, because you all that I'm waiting for. Okay, I'm sorry. Go
no,
ahead. This
no,
this
go
this is
ahead.
your part. I'm just
You
taking
better
over.
stop. You better stop. Stop the love. Look here. So, um, that is a beautiful song. Which, if I'm not mistaken, I think Barry wrote it for his wife, and it got to Freddie to sing, and
Oh.
so I believe that's how that came about. But uh, yeah, it when people say Freddie Jackson, I mean, I would think "You Are My Lady" would be, if not the first song that comes to mind, at least one of the first.
Yeah.
If not "Rock Me Tonight" or you know, uh, "Have You Ever Loved Somebody," which is one of my personal favorites. Love that song. Love that song.
That song's a problem.
Yeah,
Listen here.
the problem.
Have you ever loved somebody? Mm.
That
Yeah,
song still give me chills.
yeah. It's again
Perfectly
Barry
arranged.
Eastman. Like he was I'd say a silent assassin as a producer during that time.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
because to me, the night I fell in love, the song, tempo wise, reminds me of what Billy Ocean would do later with Love Zone.
Love song, you don't have to
Yeah,
be alone.
which I think is
Together
one of
we
my favorite
will
Billy
live
songs.
and learn.
Yeah.
Child, I grew up in a Billy Ocean household.
Yes. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Staple in my home.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, "You Are My Lady" is it's a beautiful song. I mean, it's obviously a great wedding song. It's just a beautiful song that just showcases love and just lets your lady know, like, you are my lady, you everything I need and more. And how he starts off singing it, it's that tone, you know what I'm saying? It's like, there's something that I wanna say, but words sometimes get in the
But
way.
words sometimes get in the way.
I
I
just wanna
just want to say
show my feelings for
it to
you. And then all of a
you.
sudden it breaks into the beat from Down from a Oh man. Yeah, hey. But it still got a bounce to it. It's yeah, it's a great song. I mean, Freddie's debut album is not one to be played with, in my opinion. Like you said, I could hear Luther singing songs from that, and
Oh yeah.
Freddie singing songs from The Night I Fell in
Yeah,
Love. They was just like that. So
yeah, yeah,
yeah. Mhm.
absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, thank you for playing. But before we leave, we're gonna leave you with
Yes.
some nice parting gifts because I just want to tell people the song that was on these charts in these years because it.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna do my fast announcer voice.
I love
We
this.
had Stevie Wonder, Part-Time Lover. We had Billy Ocean, When the Going Gets Tough, the tough get going. We had Whitney Houston, How Will I Know? Diana Ross, Missing You. Yo, we had the white boys trying to get up in there with the Pet Shop Boys with West End Girls. That creeped up on the R&B charts. Yes, we did. We
Mm.
had a New Edition with Mr. Telephone Man. We had that old Raggedy We Are the World. I can't stand that song, but that was 85 also. We had the Commodores on the Night Shift. We
Hey,
had Whitney Houston saving all my love for you. Dionne Warwick wanted to tell you what friends are for. Okay.
mm-hmm.
And Maids featuring Frankie Beverly, they were back in stride, and Aretha Franklin was on the freeway of
Yeah.
love. And Cool the Gang just wanted you to cherish they want you to cherish the love we had. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Mm.
Eugene Wild, he just wanted to get you home tonight, if only for one night.
Mm. Ain't that
Yeah,
something? See?
let me take you home. Would you still be in love? Because I need you tonight, you know. And then, you know, some folks were ready for the other side of the world, and they was just like, "Oh, Sheila, another name song." You know what I'm saying? And we had the bars, rhythm of the night. We had Cool in
Yes.
the Gang, because she's fresh, exciting.
So exciting. Yes.
Then we had Atlantic Moon with Secret Lovers, and we had Whitney Houston, You Give Love. And let me tell you, the best part of this year, and I don't care, was James Brown, Living in
In
America.
America.
Ah, good.
My friends, 85.
Yeah.
No.
Beautiful.
Ooh,
That was a beautiful, beautiful. Yes, think about. Yes,
yes.
yes.
That was very well put together,
Yes.
Miss Elise. Oh, too good. Too good.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm with my favorite guys, so I gotta
Mm.
represent. You know?
Hey,
I
no,
love
you
y'all.
girl, you did your thing. Man, look. Ooh, I tell you, yes, indeed. Hmm.
And yes, I did say Atlantic Moon, Secret Lovers, because
I
that,
heard you. Oh yeah. I,
yeah,
Yeah, the
it
moon
almost made
clearly
me
was out that night.
mm, ooh,
Moon.
Lord have mercy. But
Yes.
you
But
realize
Keith
how
Burroughs.
yes.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
I
You
was
about
gonna
to say
say
something?
you realize how Lisa was saying, I wonder if I take you home, whereas Eugene Wild was like, gotta get
Gotta
you home.
get you home. Yep.
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
There's a difference. But yes.
Yes. But Mr. Keith Burroughs,
Yes.
we thank you for kicking it with us once
As
again.
always.
And
Oh.
before we let you go, any parting words or you want to tell folks about anything you got going on? The floor is
Yes.
yours, brother. You got this.
Just as always, just want to acknowledge my fam, my musical cousins, the R&B representatives for just again allowing people like myself to just be in a safe space and a place to just speak on music and just nerd out and just talk crazy and be crazy and it's just a beautiful thing and like just watching you guys I try to watch y'all every Sunday, you know what I'm saying, try to jump in on the live chat when I can, but even when I
Yes.
can't, you know what I'm saying, like just knowing you guys got new episodes coming, like that brings happiness to my heart, you know what I'm saying,
Oh.
and like y'all are just super super dope, man, like you guys and Soul and Stereo and just other people I've been able to connect with through social media, you know what I'm saying, like that love music and just love just the authenticity of it. It just brings happiness to me. So I'm just thankful to be able to connect with y'all and to be back on once again to talk about another album. And I just want to, share my love with y'all, man. So I just want to say thank you.
Thank you. That was beautiful. And
Yes.
all those things Keith said about us is how I feel about all the rest of our cousins. I don't
Yeah.
take favorites. I mean, Keith one of my favorites a little bit, though.
Oh,
A little
look
bit.
here. Nah,
I don't know.
man,
It
I'm being
Yes.
happens,
honest, man. For real, for
Yeah.
real.
But
Uh,
we thank y'all
oh,
for hanging out.
I'm sorry, real quick. I promise I did not mean to interrupt you. I just want to say to those out there that are watching, make sure to check out Elisa's Vinyl Musings.
Oh, yes.
Which I caught the first episode, which was super dope. So I dig that. And also JR's Motown Life. Yes.
That shit blowing up. He about to be too good for me soon. So
Lies.
enjoy him while you can.
Uh-huh.
I'm kidding. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Because when you watch the next episode, I said something about that.
Yeah. But like I love that y'all do this together, and then y'all have, separate entities, but still together as a unit. You know what I'm saying? But like these series is dope. So I just want to say, y'all keep that up. And those that are watching, if y'all want to know some good knowledge on music and be entertained, check these out. I'm just saying, like,
like Bobby Womack, just check us out.
Yeah, just check them out. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing to it but to do it. As like my man said on Martin, I think he was like, ain't nothing to it but to do it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. It's all wild ass. You know what I'm saying? But if it's cool, could I do like the outro? I like to do the outro. It's just fun.
But y'all, please, because what I'm on now, before we go, since Keith gave us so much love, I got to get on him because I'm on his playlist right now, the Happy Holidays playlist.
Oh, yeah. Hey.
Yes! I'm at work listening to it, and I have it on my computer at work. I have Spotify on my computer at work. So I have it on and I just got it in my ears, and I'm just singing Christmas songs, and sometimes I'll be like, oh shit, I'm at work. I'm sorry.
Oh man.
So yes, keep playlist, please, y'all. Please. I don't know where to follow, but we'll put it in the more info box so y'all can follow it for real.
Man, I appreciate the love.
I listen to all the Keiths except for that one. And even Keith, when he said it to me, he said, I know you don't do Christmas music.
I know.
And I said, no, thank you. I said, people ask me for Black Christmas playlists or Christmas playlists all the time. And I was like, I will send yours to them.
No, I appreciate that. But I knew. I was like, at least told me straight up. I own rocks with the Christmas, and I respect that. You know what I'm saying? So, but no, I appreciate the love. Yeah, I mean, I just love to share a playlist with people, and I know everybody got playlists of their own, and I'm not trying to say that it's my playlist or the highway. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to rock like that, but I just want people to know that
it's many different routes you could take to get to the other side of the world. It ain't just one way.
You know what I'm saying? My sensitivity won't get in the way if you don't listen to my playlist.
Oh, Lord.
I get it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But man, like I just again, I love y'all and I love the show. And I just want to say thank y'all once again. And if I may, to everyone out there, if y'all haven't already, do yourselves a favor. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this channel that the R&B Representatives have. Because it's what? The R&B Representatives YouTube channel. You get all these shows. They got episodes for days that you could binge watch while on vacation, during the weekend, or when you off work. If you need a good time and you want to listen to some good conversations about music and again, be entertained, you will not be disappointed. So on behalf of JR and naturally Elise of the R&B Representatives and your cousin Keith, you know what I'm saying? We want to thank y'all for tuning in to this episode, and we will catch y'all on the next Catch That.
Peace. It's over now.
It's over now.